Hi, I'm Haley. I've been a nutritionist for over 10 years, and I saw firsthand how the diet industry works, but mostly doesn't work to help you lose weight. Then I found myself 20 pounds overweight and realized the weight loss struggle has nothing to do with what you eat, but why you eat. So I went on a mission to explore the brain and its role in weight loss, and now I help my clients lose 30 pounds in 90 days by wiring their brain to weigh less. On this show, you are gonna learn how to wire your brain to lose weight so that you never have to diet, restrict, deprive, or willpower again. This week's episode is a little bit different than normal. This is the audio from a podcast I did with my friend, Dr. Eddie Weller, for his podcast. So he's interviewing me about mindset and weight loss and all those things. So it's a little bit different perspective, but Dr. Eddie Weller is a super fun and entertaining guy. You're really going to enjoy this episode that I did with him. Tons of really good information about mindset and its role in weight loss. And I think it's nice to have a little bit of a new perspective shown in this through Eddie's, what he has to say about weight loss as well. So enjoy.
It's so easy for people to look at when you and I are conversating, talking about from diet to exercise, the lifestyle to nutrition, that, it's easy for you guys to talk about it. You're skinny. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's, as I talk with patients, I said, you have a choice with your finances and your health. So either your wallet is growing in money or it's losing money. It doesn't just go stagnant. It's like our health, our physical stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And so either we're gaining shape or we're gaining weight.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
It's one or the other.
Yeah.
And over the years of talking with people, and again, that's one of the things that why I totally following you online. I was like, man, it's all so much of headspace, right? And how your nervous system responds to that. Because your body, as we talked about, doesn't care with what you think. It just reacts to what you think.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
And it's, what would, when you talk with clients, what's the biggest struggle you think they have?
I think one of the biggest challenges is that we're told that in order to lose weight, we have to focus on our actions. We have to focus on what we're eating and what's going into our mouth and how much of it. And
count your calories,
Yes, count your calories, count your macros, eat this style, cut out these foods. And so, but the problem with that is that that's an action, and what precedes every action is a thought.
Yeah.
And that creates an emotional response in our body, a physiological response in our body.
Good or bad.
Good or bad.
Yeah.
And that drives the action.
Sure.
So by telling people you have to change your action, you just have to not eat cookies on the couch every night.
Right.
They still have the thought patterning behind that that's driving that action.
Because most think I can't do that anymore. You can still have a cookie.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, they still have the thought patterning of, the cookies on the couch solve the stress of my day. This feels really good. This is how I release. This is how I relax.
This is my dopamine response.
This is my dopamine.
Right.
This is my feel-good moment.
Sure.
And so not giving them support in that area simply tells them that they try to cut out cookies on the couch at night. They can't do it. They don't understand why. And they feel like a failure and there's something wrong with them.
Yeah.
And the diet industry really is, from everyone, my experience and all my clients' experience, it's very isolating.
Yeah.
We feel like there's something wrong with us if the diet doesn't work. And so everyone comes to me and they're like, I'm alone in this. I'm the only one who this isn't working for. And it's so not true.
Totally.
And it's because the diet industry is not addressing the precursor to your action.
The why.
Which is, the why. Your brain, your physiology. And so we really need to go there. And that's also where we find a permanent solution to this, is by changing your understanding your thought patterns first, and then changing them. And it
becomes a lifestyle.
It becomes a lifestyle because, and this is the other thing I talk to everyone about, we need to treat weight loss like we're learning a new sport or a new instrument. Treat it like our brain is learning this new thing, as opposed to well, you ate cookies last night.
Yeah.
So, you must.
I have to starve myself tomorrow.
Yeah. So you're going to be a failure at this forever.
Yeah.
If you're coming to me to learn how to play tennis and I'm your coach and you hit a bad shot, it's not, well, that's,
right.
You
This isn't for you.
Yeah, this isn't for you. It's like, we're learning something here. So this is why that happened, and this is what I want you to practice moving forward. And we do the same thing with weight loss, but the rest of the industry does not. So we really have to treat it like in that way. We're just learning something new. There is no failure.
Yeah.
There's only learning opportunities and what you want to practice.
Sure. I think, and also, I was out with a few friends of mine, and some of them do have some eating disorders. And good or bad, whatever that is, when people say, oh, eating disorder, I'm not eating enough and I'm starving myself, or on the flip side, watching somebody, anybody ever see somebody take a fork and scrape every single thing off their plate? I have been raised, if you're full, stop eating. Most people have been raised, I've paid for this. There's starving people in the world. Eat everything on your plate.
Yes.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
And I was thinking the other day about a lion. And so the lion grabs the food and eats the food, whatever they're eating, right? Whatever animal they're eating. And they eat until they're satiated, till they're full. They don't eat every single thing on there at all.
Yeah.
And then everybody else kind of benefits. That's just the law of life. The hyenas come, the vultures come, the rodents come. Everybody wins.
Yeah.
Right? But it's this top-down thing. And again, we as the top-down, when we go to the aisle, I was at the grocery store, the Dierbergs, right? I run to Dierbergs, and they've got the whole food aisles, right? The two aisles that are the healthy food.
Yeah.
And this guy happened to be the manager, walked by me. I said, hey, I got a quick question. I'm a little stuck. He said, okay. And I said, so these aisles are a little bit more expensive because they're the healthier aisles, right? And he'd say, yeah, okay. And I put my arm around him, and we turned. I said, what are the rest of the aisles? If this is the okay stuff, is that the not okay stuff? Right?
Yeah.
You think people are like, but we don't give it that any thought.
Yeah.
Right? And so I can't afford that. I'm going to go get something more for it. It's not that expensive to eat relatively clean. It's really not.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I look at it as fuel versus filling. Am I filling me just,
Yeah.
Or, there was a kid I was talking to yesterday, a patient of mine. He's 22 and he loves Taco Bell. And at 22, I guess you can eat anything you want, right? At the time. It's not healthy, but you're not gaining weight at that age, at least. And he's not. He's a thinner guy. He go. And I said, what did you pay for last night's meal at Taco Bell? And he's like, it was like $5.50. And I said, okay, what did you have? And he told me he had this burrito, this thing. I'm like, okay. If it's $5.50, they're still making profit on that. What are you eating? Right?
Yeah.
And we don't give that any thought. McDonald's, 2 burgers for $1.49.
Yeah.
Wow. Know how many hands have to touch that in order for it to, get to the shelf and in your plate? I'm like, yeah. And that's our world where I'm not a weight loss. I'm not a diet guy. And people just say, what's the best diet? It's like, what's the best detox?
Yeah.
Just don't tox.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Just don't tox.
Yeah.
And so I like a clean environment. It's how I roll, right? I like my office clean. I keep my car clean. My home is clean. I just like organized clean. Why don't we do that to this home?
Yeah.
Right? If we treated that as much as, it speaks volumes on somebody's external environment, like, wow, it's a mess. This place needs clean. That's how they typically take care of themselves. Mm-hmm. And it's so not a judgment call at all.
No.
It's just this thing where we kind of get stuck. And so again, to the new sport analogy, if I want new beginnings, there's a gentleman just started with me and he's 384 pounds. And I said, so are you ready to lose an 8th grader? Like, you're going to lose an 8th grader this next year. I said, I will give you some tips if you want to play the game, but you're going to lose something like 140, 150 pounds. You're going to do that if you want to do that. But what do you want?
Yeah.
And I think that's your shift.
Yeah.
Your shift when you talk with clients, like, what's your vision? What do you want?
Yeah.
What do you see yourself?
Yeah.
Lose the scale, find a pair of jeans you want to wear.
Yes.
Right? Let that be your gauge.
Yeah.
And it feels good to feel good.
Yeah. And I love how you said, like, what do you want? We have to reframe it for what do we want? Because a lot of my clients come to me, well, I know I should be doing this and I should be doing this. I'm like, how does that feel?
Yeah.
When you think I should be doing this, does that make you want to do it?
Right.
No, not really.
Right. It's like going to the gym. I hate being here. Then don't go.
I should go to the gym. I have to go to the gym.
Right.
I need to go to the gym.
Yeah.
That all feels terrible.
Yeah.
And it doesn't get you to the gym.
Yeah.
So what I always encourage
to go.
Yeah,
I want to go,
let's
right?
Let's think about all the reasons what are the reasons behind why you think you should go to the gym or you need to go to the gym? And which one of those feel really good? Well, I like, how I feel after I work out. I like being in shape. I like knowing that I'm supporting my
I feel more confident
body.
in who
I feel
am.
confident.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, so when you think all of those things, what do you think? I think I want to go to the gym. I'm like, that's the shift that you need to make. When we're in, I should, I need to, I have to, nothing gets done. We're stuck. When we bring it to I want to, all of a sudden it's a choice that you are making, not like someone else is putting this on you.
It's like I have to do laundry. No, I get to do my laundry because I get to wear those clothes that I want to wear anyway.
Yeah, I want to do my laundry.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm so the same. I like organizing and doing certain things. And when there was a gentleman that asked me, what should I start with? I said, start with empty calories. Don't eat empty calories. So bread, your pastas, your dairies, your sugars, they're empty calories, which means nutritionally, as you put something in, it's empty. You're not making anything constructive with that.
Yeah.
You're making something destructive. And so when I start with a protein. Always start with a protein. And so when you go from there, that starts the burning of this system. And so you have more energy. Having energy is fun. You get to do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Versus how many times you've eaten, you're like, wasn't that good?
Yeah, I gotta go to bed. I need to lay down.
I need to lay down right now.
Yeah.
And that's your body's telling you, you shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
It's
so the other part that I teach is like really letting that how you feel physically when you eat lead. So there's the diet industry, which is eat this list of foods. Eat this list of foods. Not taking into consideration how any of those foods feel for you, how much the quantity that you consume of them feel for you. So letting your body lead, because your body has all of the signals built in to tell you how much fuel you need and which fuels are working for you individually. So when I work with people, I'm like, I don't prescribe, I'm not going to tell you what to eat. We're going to let your body decide and make that decision. And I'm going to show you how to listen. Because we get completely disconnected. We live our lives up here, not in here.
Yeah.
And so a lot of my clients, like they start
the intuitive gut feeling.
Yes.
Like, this just doesn't feel right. Then don't.
Yes. Or like this food, it doesn't feel good in my body. Everyone else is eating it, but for me, it doesn't feel very good.
Sure.
So let's let that lead. We need to put our individual bodies first, not what Joe Schmo has decided is the best way for you to lose weight.
Yes. Yeah. And there was a gentleman that was talking to him yesterday and here in the office, and he's like, what do I need to do to look like you? I'm like, you'll never look like me because you're not me.
I love that.
Ever. Yeah. And I'll never look like you because I'm not you.
Yeah.
And we live as humans in this world of compare.
Yeah.
Right. And so this is why the Kardashian thing is just a train wreck for girls, because this pseudo lifestyle that's not real. It's kind of like The Biggest Loser. It's so fake because I'm going to put you in a certain environment and then have a chef and exercise, and that's all you do.
Yeah.
No bills, no relationships, no traffic, no kids, nothing.
No real life.
I remove you, and then all of those people go back to their lifestyle because they haven't shifted this.
Exactly.
Because they were enabled for the 30, 60, 90 days.
Yeah.
Right? And so you're enabled because somebody took you under their wing. I'm going to do everything for you. And then when you're done, I didn't teach you.
Yeah.
And you go back to you.
We learned nothing. And so a lot of people who come to me have done not only a lot of diets, but like the Ozempic, the shots that are really big right now.
Yeah.
Some of them even have had gastric bypass. And they're like, I just don't understand why I gained the weight back afterwards or why it's not working for me. And I'm like, because there was no actual shift made. Right. You changed your actions for a while. And usually when we change our actions for a time, what we're doing is we're just using willpower. I have to do this. Sure. So that thought pattern, back to like, I have to, I need to. And we willpower our way into those actions. Yeah. And then once we wear down and we don't see the result, we don't have the energy to keep up that willpower anymore, the weight comes back, or we stop doing the shot, the weight comes back.
To me, I'm an inside-out guy versus an outside-in guy. And so the inside-out is if the body's been made to take care of itself, just fuel it and then let it die of old age and out of a condition. That's the ideal, right?
Yes.
That's the ideal. However, when we see the advertisements, like here, I have this post up here, right? They're talking about all the drugs that are in the world and what we do. And it's if I'm willing to take a shot in the hopes to lose weight, that's an outside-in approach. Because when I remove the shot, I haven't changed the inside-out approach.
Yeah.
Right?
And the shots, like all of these pills, magic solutions, they also re-instill in us that we don't internally know how to figure this out on our own. We need something outside of us.
I'm less than.
Yeah. We need this other thing is going to fix it because we can't, what am I trying to say? Reinstitutes that belief system.
It does. It confirms it.
Confirms that belief system that we can't fix this
told
ourselves.
you it didn't work for me. I need this.
We don't have what it takes. And what I always, like, you do have what it takes. You just haven't ever been shown what that looks like, taught those tools, and learned how to make this a real change for you.
I use this story of analogy. I skateboard. I enjoy skateboarding, right? And so my father was a contractor, and we had a big garage, 4-car garage in Chicago. And so part of that, we only had 2 cars, and the other side was, one was tools, and the other one was all extra wood. And so it was a gold mine for me because I love skateboarding, and I would build ramps.
Yeah.
And I'd build a bigger ramp. And as I get older, I build a bigger ramp, right? And I would just get into that. And so finally I'm building this pretty big ramp in the backyard, and Dad's like, come here. I'm like, what's up? He's like, come in the garage. So I go in the garage, he opens up his truck, and he puts a nail belt on me. Fits me for a nail belt, loads it with tools. And he said, you've got interest. I'm going to show you how to frame a house tomorrow. And so that was 7th grade. So by sophomore year in high school, he dropped me off at a site. I have the blueprints with a crew, and I'd run a crew.
Wow.
But to your point, it's learning a new sport, a new thing. And so I was interested in building because I was doing that. We're all interested in taking care of us.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just need simple tools to go, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Like, it can't be this easy. Oh, yeah, it can.
Yeah.
It really can.
Yeah.
And so, again, when I look at it as fuel, and now I built this place, right? And so that lives with you forever because it's here.
Yeah.
And so once you get it, then this reacts to that.
Yes. And I love this story so much. So I just had a client quit. She was like, she lost 50 pounds. This was right before Thanksgiving, too. And she's like, I'm good. I'm done. She's like, I got to where I'm a completely different person than when I started. I have no concerns that I'm going to overeat on Thanksgiving or the scale's going to go up or I'm ever going to gain any of this weight back. She's like, my brain is in a different place.
Sure.
And she goes, I'm looking for the next challenge in my life. She's like, I get to walk away from this.
Wow.
I'm done with it forever.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes.
That one.
That is what I want for all of my clients.
That's a winner.
Let's move your brain to this place where weight is not an issue for you. Food is not an issue for you. You feel so confident that the scale is going to always be where it is, and you get to go out and do something else.
If I can get here, what's there?
Yes.
Right? Maybe I do a physique show. Maybe who knows?
Yeah,
right?
or
It's what you want. I mean, who cares?
Like she's
I climb a mountain.
Yeah. Travel.
Right.
Start a business.
Right.
You know, like
because you have the energy to do so.
Yes, that energy. You have something else to use your brain energy for than thinking about losing weight.
I remember a friend of mine, she was frustrated, beyond frustrated with her weight, and eats better than I do. It was amazing. So there was a lot of emotional stuff attached to her weight. And I noticed that if there's some sort of abuse, that when there's some sort of abuse, your body as a protective mechanism will keep the weight on, so you're not physically attracted to it, or they're not physically attracted to you, so you don't get hurt again. Right? And that shift has to be made. And so I've gotten to know her pretty well, and we're buddies, and I said, all right, let's go. I'm going to work out with you. I'm going to exercise with you. Let's go do some stuff. So we would do this and watch the diet, and we would walk every morning, just different kind of stuff we would do. And so finally we're at the gym together, and she's beyond frustrated. She's like, it's not going off fast enough. I said, because you're thinking about weight. You're not thinking about gaining shape.
Yeah.
So you're thinking about, I need to lose versus I need to gain.
Or I want to gain.
Right.
I want,
Totally. And I already know what she lost. We were on the scale, and she hated the scale, and I only knew her numbers. And so she was down 52 pounds. So I had to go to the bathroom. We're at the gym. I had to go to the bathroom. So I grabbed a 50-pound kettlebell, and I put it in her hands, and I said, hold this for me. She was like, okay. I said, hold it. I have to go to the bathroom. And so when I come back to the bathroom, you're still going to be holding that. And if you're not, we're leaving. I'm not working out with you again. Right? And she looks at me like, what's going on right now? What's this lesson here, right? So I go to the bathroom, come back out of the bathroom, she's dying. And I said, what's the big deal? It's only 50 pounds. And she's like, what do you mean? Because she hasn't seen the scale. And I said, you're down 52 pounds. What? Yeah. You lost that. You want to carry that again? And she just said, that was a shift.
Yeah.
I'm not going to carry that again.
Yeah.
Standard was raised.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm not going to, no. And so people think when I raise my standards, when people say, I'm not going to do that anymore, what, you're better than me? No, I'm better than it, that old it, the me who I used to feel like, right?
Yeah.
That could be financially, could be spiritually, could be emotionally, could be in a marriage, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I need to raise a standard because I am not me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Like really move the needle forward and become
Yeah.
that new next version of yourself.
Yes. I remember listening to Wayne Dyer, and he would talk about this Russian philosopher, Ivan Ivanovich, and what a name.
Wow.
He was talking to his wife. He's on his deathbed, and he's holding his wife's hand, and his wife's like, "Are you afraid to die?" And he looks at her and says, "No, I'm not afraid to die. It's time for me to go. What I'm afraid of is, did I live a half-lived life? I don't want to go that way. I like playing all out all the time. And when I feel like I'm inhibited by either my own stinking thinking or somebody else comes in my life and starts dictating my clock, it's not good for me. And so I think we need, when we make the shift, we're right around the corner. Every day to me is a new day, right? People don't think that way. But we're right here, as we shoot this video, we're on the cusp of a new year. Your new year could be a new month. So, you know what? I'm going to do that this month. But next month, on that day, I'm starting, and then there's the line drawn. There's your new year. It doesn't have to be December 31st. I'm going to make a change, right?
Yes.
Because it's a calendar year.
Yeah.
It's your year.
Yeah.
Because no species knows what time it is.
Right.
No species knows what year it is.
Yeah.
Right? They're just being who God created them to be. We need to do that.
Yeah.
And I think when we make that shift to do that, like, I'm going to take me and create a new lifestyle for me. And when I do that, God starts bringing new people in your circle.
Yeah.
Like, I am kind of lucky. This is crazy. And you're not lucky. It's what you wanted.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And that shift has to go from when I put my feet on the ground in the morning. How am I living my life differently? Right? When I brush my teeth, every time I brush my teeth, I'm like, there you are. What's up, Eddie? What's up, man? Right? Because I'm the first person I'm going to talk to in the morning, right? So there I am. You might be married and see somebody, but it's a different conversation. You just get up and you kind of Greg, I need my coffee, right? With that whole thing.
Yeah.
And so I just do that. And I always ask God, use me today.
Yeah.
But you can't use me if I'm sick, if I don't feel good, if I have no energy. I'm good for nobody or no thing.
Yeah.
And then why be here?
Yeah.
And so when we stop that, it's with a friend of mine the other day, and they love their dog. And so they love their dog, and I see her make this little bowl, puts rice in a bowl, puts a chicken bouillon in there with some water and mixes it, and then sprinkles something else on there, and then microwaves it. Never in nature will they have rice. They won't have chicken bouillon, and they definitely will not have warm microwave food, right? What are you doing? Like, what are you doing? And they look at me, and I went and I got an organic beef stick for the dog, and I cracked it off, and I go to give them the beef stick, and they're like, don't do that. I'm like, it's an organic, all beef, clean, chemical-free beef stick. They're like, the dog's going to get a stomachache and get sick. I'm like, that's what they eat in nature.
Yeah.
See how we make that shift?
Yeah.
And that shift of where I'm looking at it, like, what's wrong with these people? Nothing's wrong with giving them rice and the bouillon, according to them, because according to the vet, they said you might want to give it fiber, you might want to give it a protein, you might want to get.
Yeah.
So we can't listen to. You have to listen to your gut.
Yes.
And what really makes sense for you. And if it makes sense for you, then do it, because nobody's going to take it away from you, right? It's like drinking a Coke versus drinking a water. I'm like, both of them are fluid. It's a choice, though.
Yeah.
Right? It's a choice.
Yeah.
Hey, why not get a healthy soda? Those little Olipop. Those are great. Prebiotic. Have something like that, right? Have a Zevia. Do something to steer yourself away from chemicals.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best way to start a diet. Empty calories, stay away from them, and then lose the chemicals.
Yeah.
Which means eat label-free.
Yeah. And I think, when you think about it in terms of, how does this food make me feel physically when I eat it, it becomes really obvious that the chemicals, the empty carbs and calories don't feel good for us. They taste really good. They make our dopamine receptors go crazy.
Right? Or your joints hurt. And you just feel, I need it.
But physically, we don't feel good when we eat that. And so as soon as we reestablish that brain-body connection, you start to feel how those foods make you feel. And suddenly it's like, you know what? I'm going to have that as a treat. Right. Occasionally. But it's not going to be a part of my regular day. And all of a sudden I want to not eat those foods.
Right.
And it's really easy.
Yeah.
All of a sudden.
Yeah.
I know how terrible they make me feel.
I remember my son, I mean, he's just a thinker, and it was way back. He was like 3, and all the parents are showing up with meals, and they'd come up with Happy Meals. And my son, because we'd bring him food or whatever, right? So he had his packed lunch, and he's like looking at all those. And so I used to start putting little toys once in a while in his stuff, so he got a toy too, right? And he would ask, he goes, what makes it so happy? And so the parents, I'm like, whoa, that's my boy right now.
Yeah,
what do you mean, Liam? Like, I'm firing off with this. This is fantastic. All the moms are there. He goes, what makes it so happy? It's a cheap toy, and that burger looks gross. He goes, Dad makes big burgers. Those are thin, cheesy, right? And he's just calling that out. It was just fun.
Yeah.
But again, it's what we've been told. I mean, it's great marketing, Happy Meal.
Oh, so great marketing.
It's genius.
So it is genius.
Yeah.
And I think, again, like...
Have a Coke and a smile.
Your life will be amazing if you just drink this.
Right.
And I think back to like reconnecting to what feels good physically, all of a sudden you don't have to listen to the marketing anymore.
Right.
You get to shut that out because, that's fine if other people like that.
Right.
It doesn't feel good for me.
Yeah, but milk does a body good. Right? Like, when does this stop? When does this stop? There was a gentleman yesterday, he's coughing and coughing. I'm like, what's going on? He goes, I got some chest stuff. I'm like, okay, have you ever thought about what about? And I gave him some things he can do. He's like, okay, but my doc gave me, he wrote me a script for antibiotics. I'm like, okay, so cool, but let's talk about the outcome of that. And I said, are you using a probiotic at the same time? Because you're killing the flora, the healthy bacteria in your colon. Antibio, anti's against, bio, life. Biology is study of life. Antibio, antibiotic, kills life. It's in the word.
Yeah.
Right? And so, but they don't think like that. Well, they wrote a script for me. Yeah, but they didn't take you and bring you to the Walgreens or wherever, your pharmacy, and fill that script for you. You did, and you opened the bottle, you put it in here, and you drank it down, and you did it based on what you were told. So why not get a new source of information? So maybe you can be told something different, like, I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
Of course you didn't, because you're doing with what you're told.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but when you make that shift, you have to just do it for you. And then what you're going to find, and this is what's hard, is you're going to find yourself surrounding yourself with different people, because you're going to start moving away from the things that kept you from your old you.
Yeah.
And that's okay. It's called growth.
Yeah.
Right?
It's amazing.
Yeah. It's like going to the gym. Every single time you go to the gym, you pick up the same weight and exercise the same way. You're not going to have any growth.
Yeah.
You need to, right? Such as life, a little variety is a good thing. And again, I don't have any problem cheating, if that's a cheating, going out and to eating certain foods once in a while, because I never eat it.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
But when I do, like, I'll go to Chicago a few times a year. I'm from there, and I have some friends of mine own deep dish pizza restaurants. I will get an entire deep dish for myself, and I will feel like absolute garbage. However, it was great going down.
Yeah.
But I know it's coming. I know that.
Yeah.
God, I am so bloated right now.
Yeah.
Gosh, it was so good. Again, I don't do that all the time, but it's just a reminder of toxic in, toxic out.
Yeah. And there's a difference between making a conscious choice and making an unconscious choice in terms of what you're eating. So you're sitting down knowing, all right, I'm going to eat this pizza. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to feel terrible afterwards. And that's fine. I'm choosing that right now.
Right.
And that's what I want the shift to be for everybody. What are the things that you're going to choose knowing that you're probably not going to feel that good after? And that's okay, and you're okay with that. And what is the majority of what you're choosing going to make you feel like? And you're doing that intentionally instead of, I tell everybody, like, you're 99% of your food choices right now are being made unconsciously. You're not even realizing that you have a conscious choice in them. That food is going in your mouth. You see the plate
and you're
of
doing
cookies,
with what you know.
Exactly.
That's all.
Yeah, it's just practice.
Yeah.
Just like we talk about learning a sport. It's just practice. You've practiced this a lot. You see the plate of cookies. Oh, that sounds amazing. That'll fix all my problems right now. You eat a bunch of cookies. Feel terrible. Why did I do that? Beating yourself up. And then that cycle just keeps repeating itself.
Sure.
So let's step into making conscious choices and really like learning which parts of the brain are making these decisions. How do we step into that conscious part where we really feel in control and we feel really good about it, and we can eat an entire deep dish pizza and still feel good about it.
Right. I don't feel any guilt when I do
Yes,
it. I never eat
exactly.
this and go, I shouldn't be eating this, because it's listening.
Yes.
Right, so I don't do that. It's kind of like there's a family that loves eating Oreos. So I said, have you ever had Glutinos? Why not try Glutinos? They're gluten-free Oreos, and they're like, ew, You haven't tried them yet.
Yeah, right, exactly.
What do you mean, ew?
What do you mean,
Right?
ew?
Everything gluten-free is gross. No, it's not. There's some real, and so again, if you've ever had them, you need to try Glutino.
I have not.
They're unbelievable. They're in the healthy aisle.
Oh, they're healthy?
They're in the healthy aisle.
Healthy, expensive
but again,
aisle.
it's a chemical-free,
Yeah.
Oreo that you're eating a cookie guilt-free. Like, hey, this is okay. And I'm not. Again, when you have that Oreo, if you looked at just the ingredients, that's how I'm an ingredient guy.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that whatever I'm putting in, I'm making skin, I'm making organs, I'm making things from it, bones, tissue. And so if I put garbage in, I'm making garbage.
Yeah.
And the body will always make what it needs, but it's going to do that based on what you fuel it or fill it
Yeah.
with. And so this is why I'm pretty particular, like starting my morning. I usually start it with a hot cup of water with lemon, right? I take a half a lemon, squeeze it in there, and that's my tea, or I'll have that in the morning. Sure, I'll have a coffee here and there, organic, right? I'll have a coffee here and there, in a protein drink, just something to start the day. I'll end the drink with a protein drink, so I'm constantly burning. I'm constantly keeping the metabolism going. But it's, and I'm a huge fan of staying hydrated. Right? Water is a monster.
Yeah.
Right? It's such a big deal. And it also keeps us from eating all the time.
Yeah.
Because we don't have to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Who told you that? They did.
Oh my gosh, I know. That's another thing. I'm like, okay, when you slow down and you reconnect to your body and you start listening to those signals, you're gonna realize you're not really hungry, like hardly at all.
But it's noon.
It's time.
It's lunchtime.
It's time.
Yeah.
And so people come in, they're like, well, I eat, 3 to 6 meals a day. And I'm like, okay, whatever you're doing right now, we are going to like flip that whole thing on its head. We're going to just let your body tell you when it's time. And all of a sudden, like 5 pounds first week, because they're like, oh yeah, I don't know. I just wasn't that hungry. And so I didn't eat. I'm like, look at that. Look at how that works. Your body is a built-in system to tell you.
Yeah, it's listening to your thought. Right.
Yeah.
I've got 2 dogs, and so the dog bowls always have food in it. They're not eating all day.
Exactly. Yeah.
They eat when they're hungry and they walk away. And they don't eat at all.
Done. Yeah.
They just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think bigger dogs tend to eat everything. They scarf it. Small dogs don't. I've got this smaller dog. And they'll eat and then, okay, have some water and then they walk away.
Yeah.
But no animal is worried about having enough fluid, enough water. No animal thinks they're going to be dehydrated. They drink when they're thirsty. How much water should you drink a day? Half your weight in ounces? No. I tell everybody, drink enough fluids to where when you urinate, it's clear.
Yeah.
That's it. That's when you know you're hydrated. You turn around, you pee, yep, it's clear.
Yeah.
I'm good. And I do that every day. Usually by noon, I'm pretty clear.
Yeah.
But it's, again, so what would you say? You just met me at a bus stop.
Okay.
I'm at a bus stop and I go, so what do you do? Right?
Yeah.
And you give me your pitch a little bit about what you do. I help people transform their thinking when it comes to food, and so they can fuel their life and their body and that kind of thing, right? So easy to pitch you. It is. It's so easy.
You just told it better than I would have, so thank you for that.
But so what would, if I can throw you, because we're not scripted.
Yes.
Right? So what would you share, what's 2-3 things that I should implement like right now? Like right off the bat, if I were to ever become a client with yours, before you're a client, I need you to do this, this, and this first. And then, because I'll know you're serious, you're ready to get the ball rolling. Right? Because I filter people who I want to do business with too.
Yeah.
Like I don't start smokers in my office as a doctor. I won't
Yeah.
start you. And so if you're going to smoke, then I can't do that.
Yeah.
If you want to get off medications, then cool. If you want to stay on your meds forever, I typically don't start you.
Yeah.
Because I want more for your health than you do.
Yes.
Right. So again, what are some things that you would say?
Well, along those same lines, the first thing I would say is, a lot of people want to lose weight, but they're also being very stuck about it. So if you are content being stuck, I'm not taking you on.
Yeah.
I only work with people who are like ready to put in a little effort towards this, because
or sick and tired of being sick and tired, right?
Yeah, sick and tired of being sick and tired, and we're ready to change, and coming into it understanding like, yes, what I teach is like incredible, and people have these amazing results, but they also put in effort. It's not just this magic weight loss pill.
You can't do it for them.
Yeah, so I cannot.
Right.
You have to be willing to put in that effort.
Yeah.
So that's first and foremost. You have to be willing to put in your effort. A lot of like wives come to me and they're like, my husband needs to lose weight, so I'm going to sign him up, and I'm like, don't. Yeah. Because he doesn't want. He just wanted it.
No.
He doesn't care about it.
No.
So
I'm gonna grab a beer and watch ESPN.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yes, exactly. That's first and foremost.
Yeah.
The second thing I think is I don't do diets. I don't tell anyone what to eat. So if you're looking for somebody who's just going to give you a list of foods, and essentially I call it another to-do list.
Right. Eat this, not this kind of thing. Right.
Not that at all. Yeah. So I'm looking for, I only work with people, I only work with people who understand that the problem is in their mind. Yeah. It's not a list of foods.
Sure.
So a lot of people that come to me have tried quite a few diets and they've failed at them. And they're like, I just don't get it. I'm stuck. I have no motivation. I don't know how to move forward. And I've lost the willpower that got me through the diet last time.
I've tried everything. Nothing's worked.
Exactly.
And your response is, can I tell you why?
Yeah, exactly.
Really? I mean, to me, that's the niche for you. I've tried everything, doesn't work, I'll tell you why.
I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can always tell you why. And then another thing that comes up a lot is this idea that our metabolism or our hormones are in a place where we can't lose weight anymore. It has to be slow. It's really hard. And that is
I'm not young anymore. I'm too far gone.
I'm not young anymore.
Right.
And I just actually made a post about this yesterday. That is a mindset. So when you think that my age is preventing me from losing weight, you're also thinking, what's one more cookie? Right. And what does it matter if I don't go to the gym today? And, I might as well just clean my plate because it's all, worthless anyways. My age is preventing me from losing weight. So those actions of cleaning your plate and skipping the gym, those are what's preventing you from losing weight, not your age. So a lot of people come to me and they're like, I have a hormonal issue, my metabolism, my blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, just wait. Because
stop right now.
Once we clean that up, you lose weight. All of a sudden, it's a miracle. Well, really, it was your thinking that was preventing you in the first place. So I would say that would kind of be my third thing. Like if you are feeling stuck in this like age, metabolism, hormone thing, that is completely fixable. You just have to allow yourself to get out of that.
Yeah. I think, again, where we go and just sharing the same thought of how we want to take care of clients is, I want what you want. Just tell me what you want.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And so let's see if we're a right fit.
Yeah.
I like the genie bottle analogy. I sit down and I just started a lady with thyroid cancer. And I said, so understand that you don't have cancer. Your body does, not you. It's not my tumor, my cancer. It's not yours. It's not your weight.
Yeah.
Right? It's not you. This isn't who I am. I just live here.
Yeah.
Right? And so going back to the first few minutes, if you're going to clean your physical environment, you should clean your internal environment. And you do that first by
it all
thoughts become
starts
things.
up here.
It does.
It all starts up there.
Well, that's awesome. Well, hey, I appreciate you. This has been awesome.
So much fun.
Awesome. I think we need to do like a part 2.
I'm in.
This would be
Let's do it.
Super cool.
Yeah.
But anyway, as we always say, thank you for joining us. But think good things. Keep your head on straight. And if you're interested in more of this, we'll share some links you'll see on our page, whatever we're going to post this, who knows where.
Yeah.
But anyway, my name's Dr. Eddie Weller.
My name's Haley Sohn.
Yes. I don't even think we introduced ourselves. We just went right into a conversation. That's how we like to roll. And that's how life should be. It doesn't have to be perfect. And per my personality, I'm very little on the particular side. Everything's got to be a certain way. It doesn't have to be. So I, too, am always trying to fix this thing. But anyway, we appreciate you. Think good things. Have a great day.
If you love this episode, come work with me. You can check out my program, the Brain Training Weight Loss Program, at bit.ly, that's bit.ly/Haley Sohn, my full name, HAYLEY SOHN, and I will see you inside.